Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Germain Talks, and I hope you would be doing absolutely fantastic. Today, I'm going to talk about unconscionability and how does it play out in the contracts, in our daily life, and also at enterprise level. So, keep tuned till the end of the video and I'll be coming up with some interesting examples and hope you'll like it. So, let's get started. Okay, unconscionability. Sounds like I'm sleeping, don't disturb me. Okay, something like that. So, in layman's speak, it's actually a contract. It's a bad contract which you signed while sleeping. So, sleeping and bad contract. Okay. So, what is the definition of, the definition part of it? It is actually a doctrine which seeks to remedy the most egregious exploitation of vulnerability by the strong party to the weak, or something like which shocks the conscience of the court. Like, how can ever happen? And it immediately excuses the aggrieved party by the performance or the contractual obligations in the contract. So, like, there are many contracts in the world which are in our daily lives. Like, I sold my bicycle or I bought a car for $5,000, which I could have bought for like $4,000. Is this unconscionable? Did the guy con me? Probably not. He conned me, but this is not an unconscionable contract. So, the Australian, Canadian, American, and UK common law system has certain set of definitions and guidelines under which a contract is can invoke this doctrine. Okay, so there are two dimensions to it. One is the procedural at a procedural level, and the second one is at substantive level. So what do you mean by procedural? So any contract which at the time of inception, during the sign of negotiation and signing it, was being negotiated with a mala fide intent, with a bad intent. It was like sneaking, like hidden lines were stuck inside, like 500 pages of contract, and on page number 38, line number 5, it was written that you'll pay in your blood. Like, remember Merchant of Venice, where the guy said that if you do not pay the money by this time, I would take like an ounce of your flesh. So that's a classic example in the Shakespeare's creation of an unconscionable contract. Okay, so contracts like that just shake the very conscience of the court. Okay, so this is the procedural part of it. You ended up signing a contract which is like flawed, and the bargaining power is like this: like the one party is here and the party is there is no equality, not at all. Okay, what's the second thing? It is substantive. Substantive is you signed a contract without seeing or unaware of the terms and conditions, but here comes the devil, the executionary part of the devil. It is outrightly harsh. So, like I said in the Merchant of Venice example, that if you do not pay the money by this time, I'll take a pound of your flesh. So this is the substantive part. It is unimaginably harsh. Okay, so in the real life situations, what happened? That so we sign up for home loans, insurance, we sign up for credit cards, we sign up for like social media account, we sign up for airline tickets and things like that, thousands of contracts. But how does it affect? So Prasad is a wonderful guy and he lives in New Delhi, and he had a small flower shack where he used to sell bouquet in the downtown Delhi. Small kind of a guy who is making like how much, 2,000 rupees a day. Okay, and next to his flower shack there is a wonderful luxury multinational hotel chain, a 5-star hotel, which says that, you know what, let's enter into a contract with this flower seller and he'll be supplying us the flower bouquets to us every morning. So let's sign up a contract with him. Okay, Prasad is the one is so happy that he signs up a contract. Like, where do you have to sign? Just close your eyes and sign it. Okay. The issue lies here. that Prasad has signed a contract in which if he delays the flower delivery by say 1 minute, or if he misses a delivery, he would be subjected to like $1 million penalty for every occurrence. Like, this guy is making 2,000 rupees, or like 50 or $100 a day business, and you're penalizing him for $1 million for one delivery, like by missing by a minute. This is an unconscionability thing. But otherwise, we have in our lives, we have many contracts, and it doesn't necessarily shake the conscience of the court. Okay, and now I'll come to the enterprise level contracts. There, how does it play out in enterprise level? It is actually being discussed in the law school circles and the business law firms with how to invoke this. So the short answer is that it is difficult, because the court assumes that if you are an enterprise, if you are entering into a contract with another enterprise, you would have more potential, more resources to go through the contract, and you would be much better than a layman in order to enter into a contract. But there are exceptions. So the exceptions would be like a small company or even a mid-sized company enters into a contract with the most monopoly, like someone who is the monopoly leader in that field, and signs up a contract with like $1 billion of liability damages and indemnity provisions, and answerable to the courts of like third country where neither of the parties are residing, or is such sort of a things, like any sort of performance obligation, if not met, would result into 5 years of revenue being withheld and things like that, or $100 million of indemnification and things like that. So in those situations where we have tier 4 companies, and they are entering into a contract with tier 1 companies, their unconscionability can be invoked, but with a lot of push and with a lot of legal deliberation. Another avenue of unconscionability in enterprise level contracts is where the government deals are there. So government deals, no matter how big is the company, the government always holds an upper hand into it. So you sign up a contract with, like your company signs up a contract with a government in a language which is not known to you. You are taking help of few like translators, but you are not getting the exact intent of the contract. Like, it's running into 600 pages of Japanese, Korean, or Swedish, Danish, or Arabic, or some language we don't know anything. So this is the procedural part where you may fall into like the crevasses of the contract. The second one is substantive. So the government says, you know what, I'll give you the money. Payment terms would be 5 years, and if you go ahead and do this, do not meet this target, I'll put a penalty of 10,000%, or you would not be able to, or I'll do a taxation of 500% on you, or 5,000,000%, or something like that. So government deals are one place where unconscionability can be invoked, again with a lot of deliberation in the enterprise level contracts. The rest of the world, in our daily life situation, I can only say to be more prudent, keep your eyes open while signing a contract, and I don't think so we would be encountering such sort of unpleasant situations. I hope you liked this video. If you found it interesting, please like, share, and comment. Thank you very much.